And there's more merger talk in AFL, with Footscray now officially putting out the feelers by seeking its members' views. Melbourne is another club rife with merger rumours, but their biggest worry at the moment is skipper Gary Lyon, who headed to Adelaide to consult a spinal specialist. The Demons skipper, who's only played 6 games this season, emerged hopeful after an hour, saying the injury is not career-threatening. Immediate surgery has been ruled out, but it's not known whether he'll play this week. In rugby league, another setback for Canberra, who had Quentin Pongia suspended for 6 weeks last night. Now winger Ken Nagus has ruled himself out this weekend for personal reasons. Meanwhile, a 16-year-old Townsville schoolboy is about to become the youngest first-grade player in 70 years. On Sunday, Josh Hannay debuts for the North Queensland Cowboys.
Weighing 90 kg and standing 187 centimetres, Josh Hannay is not built like the average 16-year-old. The Year 11 student at Townsville Grammar was stunned when coach Graham Lowe told him the news.
He said, "How'd you like to play first grade?" And I just couldn't stop shaking.
But Lowe is under no illusions.
When it all boils down to it, he is a kid.
That might be, but this response indicated an old head on young shoulders.
It's not worth anything, but if I don't perform on the weekend, I don't want to be like one of the youngest players ever, not to play the game ever again. But
a centre, Hannay has been catapulted from the Cowboys under-17 straight into first grade without even playing in the reserves. Added to that, he's been given the goal-kicking duties for what's sure to be a torrid initiation to the top grade at Campbelltown on Sunday.
Coach Lowe said that they'll find out that I'm 16. They'll put a bit of stick into me.
I've got absolutely no doubt whatsoever that he can do the job.
The Wallabies are hoping for a big win against South Africa on Saturday night to make up for their devastating loss to New Zealand. The Australians took a day off from training today to pitch for some public support.
By the size of the Martin Place crowd, the Wallabies haven't lost any support after their record defeat, and Vice-Captain Tim Horan says the team will make amends at the football stadium.
You really want to show the supporters and yourselves that you can play a lot better than what we did.
While the Australians pressed the flesh, the South Africans played the underdog role, lavishing praise on the Wallabies.
They've got a lot of talent in that side, and talent's something that you can't suppress.
Weary legs for the Tour de France field as they pass the halfway mark of this epic event. So far, nearly 1,800 kilometres have been covered, and somewhere in the pack is Australia's Patrick Jonker, who in his first tour is riding very well, 23rd overall. Germany's Eric Zabel won today's 10th stage from Turin in Italy to Gap in France. Dane Bijan Reis is the overall leader. And the wrong time to water the soccer field in Brazil, right on kick-off. The misbehaving sprinklers fired up the tempers of players, officials and fans, leaving police to break up the brawl.
Australia's top basketball talent was on show in Melbourne tonight. 7 of our Atlanta-bound Boomers were on court as the North All-Stars proved too strong for their southern opponents in a high-scoring contest.
With 6 of the Aussie Boomers lining up for South, they quickly showed what fans can expect in Atlanta. It will be Andrew Gazer's 4th Olympics, and he's in touch. The only Boomer in the North Brigade, Shane Heal.
Drills it home for 3 points.
After South dominated the first quarter, North's internationals turned it around in the second. At half-time, North up by 10.
Lindsay Gaze just wonders what he can do.
While the main break was a chance to showcase our Olympians, Hill went about showboating from the three-point line. But Gaze and Darryl McDonald were the scene stealers. The starting 5 for the Reds were all benched. This allowed North to keep the lead at three-quarter time by 8 points.
Oh my, excellent dunk by Ray.
Back came the top guns for South. McDonald and Andrew Vlahoff reeling in the difference. But big slams from David Van Dyke and Chad McLennan shattered any comeback. He'll set up the 14-point win with his 6th long-range shot, leaving Derek Rucker to seal it on the buzzer. Michael Roberts for Nightline.
Also in Melbourne tonight, sporting greats and personalities, including our own Eddie Maguire, are at the MCG, launching the Trevor Barker Foundation to raise money for young cancer sufferers. Trevor, the former St Kilda star who died from cancer earlier this year, was a founder of the Crux Club, the organisation behind the drive.
Any of those young kids suffering, if we can help in some way to give them a better life and somehow try and emulate Trevor Barker, I think it's a great thing.
Hear, hear. In finance news, the Australian share market closed almost 6 points up today. In Tokyo, the Nikkei fell 141 points. In London tonight, the FT 100 is 18 points up in morning trading. Gold is fetching 383.45 US an ounce. And in European trading tonight, the Australian dollar is buying 79.92 US cents, 1.21 Deutschmarks, 88 yen and 51p. The national weather, and there's a deep low south of Adelaide and a high moving through the west. The forecast's fine for Brisbane and Darwin, mostly dry for Sydney, but showers in Canberra, Melbourne, Hobart and Adelaide, and in Perth some cloud developing tomorrow. That's the news this Wednesday night. To finish, the triumph of a few small steps for one of mankind's bigger specimens. 2 months ago, 43-year-old New Yorker Michael Hebranko, weighing 400 kilograms, had to be moved by forklift into an ambulance so he could undergo emergency weight loss in hospital. After losing 130 kilos, he's gone home, determined to keep slimming for the sake of his wife and son. Good night.
Nightline, proudly brought to you by National Australia Bank, tailoring banking to your needs. Dan Aykroyd stars as the egghead from outer space.
Conehead, thy name is Conehead.
With Michael Richards and Jason Alexander.
You're full of it, Conehead.
A television premiere ahead of its time.
Open wider.
8:30 Sunday, Coneheads on 9. Previously on Pacific Drive.
I'm doing it now. About time. It's not working. Why?
Too confusing.
Look, your plans are just too hard to understand.
Just.
Look, I don't know what you're telling me anymore.
Too complicated.
You're too complex. I need something simpler.
Want a simple phone bill? Now there's the new deal in local phone calls from Optus, with a simple flat rate of 20 cents per call and one bill from Optus for all your local and long-distance calls.
Yes! Today we'll be looking at a variety of dogs which make typical family pets. There are big dogs like the very popular Labradors. Little dogs suit smaller homes. There are lively active dogs. And there are more quiet sleepy dogs. But they all have one thing in common. They make great companions. No matter what type of person you are or what type of lifestyle you have, there's a dog that's perfect for you. And remember, a dog is a friend for life.
Hi. Lots of people think used car salesmen are pigs, and I find that insulting. Car dealers do tell porkies sometimes, but not my mate Simon Jefferson. He's got deals so great they're almost as famous as that other pig. Any used car, it can be a pigsty as long as it's registered and goes, gets a $5,000 minimum trade-in at Jefferson Ford. That's right, $5,000 minimum. Trot into Jefferson today.
Jefferson Ford.
Gillette presents another great moment in Nine's wide world of sports. After clinching the test opener's spot from fellow rookie Matthew Hayden, Michael Slater made the second test of the 1993 Ashes Tour at Lord's his own. From the first runs of the match, the English attack was at his mercy.
There it is, that's a great 100, superb innings.
Standing ovation for Michael Slater.
Another great moment in Nine's wide world of sports.
G'day, Tom Farmer's the name. Round here they call me Farmer. I grow grass for my cows and I grow canola. One day one of my cows, Praisey, got into the canola.
I think I'm onto something sensational.
Here's what you came up with. New Praise Farmer's Blend. A delicious buttery spread with 50% less saturated fat and cholesterol than butter. New Praise Farmer's Blend comes from cows and canola.
Georgie, you mustn't upset yourself. I know it's for the best, but I'm scared.